Top Gear, a racing game made by Kemco in 1992 for the Super Nintendo.
This game is endless fun.
Got that right. This is one of the best racing games for the Super Nintendo and possibly ever.
You ain't ever lied, cousin. It's freaking awesome.
Alright, so as you could already tell, this is in our opinion a really fun game. But like any video game, it has its flaws.
Not to mention its frustrating moments.
Shit!
So we're here to analyze this sucker and give it a review.
Pointing out the good and the bad.
Top Gear is one of the most notorious and popular racing games of the 16-bit era. Does it live up to that reputation? Well, let's take a look. From the very beginning, the game gives you a nice variety of options. Not only things like the typical choice between an automatic or manual gearbox, but also a nice variety of control setups. That's a nice touch because people can pick one that suits them.
Option D is the best though.
Without a doubt.
But that's just a preference.
You can also choose between 4 cars: red, purple, blue, and white.
Red is the fastest but has terrible acceleration and gas mileage. White is the slowest but has the best acceleration and fuel mileage. The others, well, they fall somewhere in between.
There's also an option to show speed in either MPH or KPH, but that's hardly a big feature. But enough of talk about the options, let's get on to the actual gaming aspect.
Top Gear takes place in 8 different regions, each with 4 tracks, for a total of 32 tracks. A pretty long game for the time. We start in where else but the good old USA, and then we move all the way around the world.
You'll notice right away that the controls are great. They are responsive and very easy to adjust to, part of that being that you can select various setups. Steering feels very nice and responsive, and the car does exactly what you want it to do.
Now, does that mean this game is easy?
Hell no!
This game is definitely a challenge, but what game shouldn't be?
Aside from trying to deal with the second player and 18 other cars, you gotta worry about various hazards on the road and signs.
This game will make you hate signs with a passion.
Amen. Hitting a sign slows you down immensely, and trust me, you'll be doing it a lot.
Especially when playing for the first time. But even experts can fall prey to it at times.
Shit.
Damn
it.
Son of a bitch. And some signs are worse than others, actually reaching into the road. Damn! Save the trees? Yeah, I'll save the trees as long as they stay out of my fucking way.
But to be fair, the signs aren't really cheap or unfair in their placement. As long as you steer correctly and have good reflexes, you'll do good. Even the ones actually placed on the road make a good challenge and for the most part aren't set too cheaply.
A cool aspect of the game is the nitro. Both players have 3 nitros per race, and these nitros give a quick, large boost in speed. Great for keeping the edge or compensating for a mistake.
Yeah, like hitting a sign. You son of a bitch!
The best strategy is to use them on straightaways, given that going faster makes it a lot harder to steer. The last thing you want to do is waste a nitro by hitting something.
What the hell?
Like that.
Shut up.
But of course they can be wasted on a straightaway too, like if you hit a car from behind.
Crack it fast! Crack it fast! Fuck. But anyway, the game mechanics are well made, like the effects of the slopes. Going uphill makes you lose speed, but going downhill makes you gain speed. And lots of it. Talk about an adrenaline rush.
Try using a nitro going downhill and see just how fast you can end up going. It's also funny how your driver says things occasionally, most often when constantly hitting things. This often mimics what you're actually saying. Out of my way!
Are you blind? Ah! Move the wreck! Well, I'd really say move the fuck over, but I guess they couldn't put that in there.
It's just a graphic novelty, but it's pretty cool.
One thing to point out at this point is that the graphics are actually pretty damn good for 16-bit standards. The cars have nice detail and the background picture often has good designs.
The trees and signs also look pretty good, and the flow of the scenery as you're driving by really gives a sense of speed, which is very important for a racing game.
Now, granted they aren't the most realistic you've ever seen, but there's something that some people need to understand. You know what that is? Realistic graphics are not the most important part of a game. In fact, they're probably the least important.
Yeah, gameplay and control are much more important, because what's the most important aspect of a game? Well, being able to play it.
Even music is more important, because with graphics you can just imagine, but music is more important with the setting and the atmosphere of the game.
Let me put it this way. Good graphics can make a good game great, but they can't make a bad game good.
That about sums it up.
Anyway, back to the game. We just mentioned music, so what about it in this game? It's freaking awesome. It's adrenaline pumping, upbeat stuff that really gets you into the racing mood. One thing that kinda sucks though, is that there are only 4 songs, and they loop every time it's a new region.
But they're so freaking awesome! Okay, true, more variety for a game this long would definitely be a lot nicer, but at least what we're provided with is really good and catchy.
One of the most unique aspects of Top Gear, which was new at the time, was the fueling system. Your car has a fuel tank that goes down with time, and the various cars have various mileage. For some tracks it doesn't matter, but on many you'll have to refuel midway through the course so you can keep going. The white car can get through some of these without refueling, but for the other cars, if there's a pit stop, you're gonna have to use it, guaranteed.
One thing that sucks about the pits though is when you accidentally hit them.
Son of a!
Or when you accidentally go in them when you don't want to. No, I didn't want to go in there. Well, there's a few wasted seconds of time.
Now, that's not too big of a hazard, and it's only really a problem on a couple of tracks. But there is one thing about the refueling system in this game that just bites. The other cars don't have to do it.
Yes, that's right. It's total bullshit, and all the computer cars have unlimited fuel, so they don't have to pit. Why? Because no matter how skilled you are, you're gonna lose valuable time when refueling. You have no choice.
Like this, watch. We're first and second right now. Oop, one car. Make that 2. Already passed us up.
That's bullshit. And unless you drive almost perfect on these levels, you won't be getting first place. Talk about cheapness.
Ooh, first place! But I have to refuel. Shit. Oh, look, not getting first place now.
Other than that, the pit system is actually pretty intriguing. It's both a good and bad thing at the same time.
Yeah, one thing that sucks if it happens is that if you miss the pits. Now, obviously, that's 100% your fault if it happens, but it still sucks. Almost empty. Gotta pit. Dang it. Now I'm screwed.
Oh, out of gas. Not winning now. Just gotta slow down until I stop. Now I just gotta wait for Mark here to finish the race.
Another pretty cool looking feature is that some races can take place during the day or during the night. Sometimes it can even change during a race, going from day to night or even night to day.
It's day! And now it's night. Nighttime tracks are a bit tougher obviously because it's harder to see, but it's actually a fun and cool feature and makes for a nice challenge.
Speaking of challenge, given how long this game is, you're probably thinking it starts off real easy and gradually gets harder. No, not quite.
The first region is indeed very easy, but after that the difficulty of each individual track actually sways back and forth. Track 1 of region 2 is actually a bitch, but then the next one isn't too bad.
Now, there is one region that is easily the most challenging in the game, but it's not the last one. It's actually the third to last one. France.
Talk about a hard-ass track. The first one is relatively easy, but then this shit.
Damn. Ah! Look at this. That's a cruel test of reflexes. But then, the worst part comes in the next track with grapevines.
These little bastards are more troublesome than all the road signs in the whole game.
Wow. What the hell?
Damn, dog, you be doing garbage. Fuck.
Exactly, so keep your mouth shut. Once you get past this insanely difficult region, it's actually a downhill path in Italy and the UK.
The UK is the last region, but it actually turns out to be one of the easiest on the game. That's actually kind of disappointing.
You'd think the last would be the hardest, giving you that feeling of the final challenge. But no, the very last track, Stonehenge, is actually one of the easiest in the game. No major obstacles and no hard turns. Not even a pit stop's needed.
It's pretty anticlimactic, and the ending is nothing special. You get the same scene every time you qualify for the next region in the game.
Okay, so I know we racked on quite a few things in this game, but the honest truth is, despite these flaws, we actually find it to be a really good game.
Once you got the hang of the game mechanics and get some experience, the game is very fun and is very fair in its challenge. For the most part. Stupid grapes.
This game doesn't really rely on tricks or anything to make it good. It's just you, your car, and the track. No improving your car, no buying better parts. It's a straight up racing game, and it excels in what it does, even if it does piss you off.
There's also 3 difficulty settings, so experienced veterans can play on a harder setting, making for some good replay value.
And every region has a password so you can use to access it, so you don't have to finish the whole game in one sitting.
Alright, let's recap the good and the bad of this game. Easy and responsive controls and game mechanics.
Pretty good graphics and design.
Kick-ass music.
Plenty of tracks with a password system.
A good variety of cars to pick.
An intriguing fuel system.
Mostly fair and fun challenge. Too few music selections. Greater variety would have been nice, though this is minor.
The cheapness of the computer with pit stops. An expert won't be hindered too much, but it requires too much skill to really make up for something that's required.
A little more consistency in the challenge of the game, like making the final race a better challenge.
A better ending would have also been nice, though in racing games it's not too essential.
Despite these drawbacks, the game is loads of fun and it's very good. On a scale from 1 to 10, we rate it an 8 out of 10.
It's a really great racing game, and if you're into racing games, we highly recommend it. Now, not only do we think this is a very good game, so do many people of the time. In fact, it created a direct legacy throughout the various years, and in fact, a direct sequel the very next year.
But we'll get to that sometime in the future. Until then, this is Mark.
This is John.
Signing off.